Alexis, you are going to hear what I have to say, whether you want to or not. Well, I can say it in your office, or I can say it really loudly out here where anybody... Thank you. You've got exactly 2 minutes before I call the cops and have you arrested for disturbing my peace. I don't want to make this visit any longer than it has to be, so I will get right to the point.
Thank the goddess for that.
It has been brought to my attention that you are the trustee for the Cassadine estate.
Okay, so we both know that now.
Well, due to a misunderstanding or perhaps a clerical error, and clerks are human too, after all.
Getting to the point, remember?
It seems that the Cassadine estate has retrieved a significant amount of money from my various accounts. Now, I have other assets, of course, but I would like that money returned.
Of course you would.
Well, I'm not asking for a gift here, Alexis. That money is mine. So if you would be so kind as to facilitate the return of those monies, my monies, I would very much appreciate that. You do it, and I'll be out of your hair lickety-split.
To make that dream come true, there is really very little I wouldn't do. But being that this is my first time and probably the only time I will ever enjoy being the spokesperson for the Cassadines, it gives me more pleasure than it should to tell you that the Cassadine estate doesn't owe you a dime.
I was trying to address this issue as nicely as possible. I can see now I shouldn't have bothered.
I realize you have no self-awareness, but let me clue you in, Ava. You're not nice.
Well, does that moral superiority get you a lot of clients, Alexis?
Does the desperation rolling off your face, did that tip Rick off that you're not going to be able to afford his legal fee? I mean, even if you are a charity case, he's not really the pro bono type.
I know that there is no love lost between us. But that money was part of my divorce settlement from Nicholas, and whatever else you think about me, you know that I was a good wife to him, and he didn't make it easy.
The Cassadines don't make things easy, Ava. If they did, you'd be in somebody else's office with your sob story, and I wouldn't have anything to do with this. But the Cassadines are bad people. So here we are.
Well, I stood by one of those bad people when any sane woman would have gone running.
You left him more times than I can count. Swan off in a fit, he'd grovel after you, and then you'd talk about all these renewals of vows you were going to have that were never going to happen.
Our relationship was volatile. That's true. But I stayed with Nicholas because I loved him. And Nicholas knew that. That's why he was so generous in the settlement.
I believe that.
Well, then you know that the money from that settlement and from the sale of Windermere is rightfully mine. So please, give it back to me.